afternoon. It is the 5th of July 2024 and we're on number 456. So I'm working out then, of course, after the 227 hours of tiles that we've done so far, I think it went up to 228 on Tuesday. So we're going to add a little bit of that now. So you imagine if you were to do tile 1 all the way through to now, you'd have to do 228 hours of tangling. And I don't think we could do that non-stop. I think even I would have to stop for a break with that. But here we go. At least we're only doing 2 a week, so we've got plenty of time. So what am I doing? I've got one of my regular colour tiles here. You can use any colour you like. I've not inked it, but again, if that's what you want to do, you can go ahead and do that. And I'm going to put myself a bit of a bubble shape in today. So whether you want to actually do it freehand or whether you want to bring in a stencil to draw yourself a shape, I am going to use my basic stencil here. I've got my main sort of outer circle-y shape. I'm not going to use both of them though, because this size frame is a little bit narrow. So you could use the larger circle or you could use your cup, whatever you've got going on around you. And I'm going to come in with pencil. And I'm going to mark in that outside shape, just the outside shape like that. And then put in those lines. So I've got that shape. So it's sort of in the middle as best we can. Okay. From there, I want to create myself a bit of a border or a frame here. And I say that's a little bit narrow. So I want it to be, I don't know, around about 1 centimetre. So how do we do that? You can see here, I've gauged it by eye. So if I leave my pencil there, and I'm going to put a few of those around. If you're one of these that you would rather do this with a ruler, you can always measure it. But I'm going to go with it, okay? This is a guide, remember. We're going to be doing something a bit different. See when we're around there? See, that looks a bit wide. So let's pencil that in. I'm going to see how it looks the other side. Okay. All right. That doesn't look too bad. That's a little bit there. All right, so I've got this kind of a frame going on. I'm just going to get rid of those extra bits there. I don't need it too heavy. You just want it light because, of course, we're not going to see all of that when we're done. Okay, and on one side, doesn't matter which, on this bit in here. Let me see, that's a little bit. There you go. Sometimes you just see something that you think, I've just got to do that. There you go. See? All right. So whichever side, doesn't matter. I'm going to put myself just sort of down one area, a little line, just to help me a little bit later on. Okay, when we come round to that. All right. So that's that done. Okay, see there now it looks a bit wider. Let's amend that. All right. Okay. So I'm going to come back in now with pen. Again, if you would prefer to do all this in pencil first, that's absolutely fine. Please don't panic about that. It's never a problem. And I'm going to be focusing on this outer ring here, this sort of shape here. Oh, goodness, Alice. Alison, you've got a lot going on there then. But at least you can play this back later, or you can mute me if you need to. Or I know Chris does speedy tiles, so you can always catch up. All right, see I've got 2 dots, one above the other. And then I'm going to imagine going straight down here and I'm going to put 2 dots, one above the other. And notice that they're inside the frame. That's the whole point of having that frame there. Turning it round and I'm going to repeat that. A dot there, look, and a dot there. Okay. Oh, I do it a lot, don't I? I think that's the thing. I think the more you get used to it, the more you do. Yeah. Oh, Jill, no worries at all. Always happy to help if I can. So we've got 4 in so far. So if I turn it this way now, because what I want to do is find a middle sort of route here as well. And again, look, let's have a look. 1 there. 1 there. So see, it's about halfway in between those 2. And again, 1 here. And 1 here. So, of course, it stands to reason I'm going to do the same sort of thing here. I've not worried about putting lines in as construction to help me with this, but you can if you want to. If you want them to be as accurate as you can make them. All right, so far so good. So I'm going to do the same in between each of them. So let's have a look. In between this one, there, look, one there and one there. So if I follow it down, one there, look, and one there. Turn it around again, so let's have a look. This one now. There you are. One there, and across. And the next one, in between again, and there, and there, and there. And the next one, there, 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 and there. Okay. Oh, Vicky, did you send it to the Sanntangle one or the Sandra Rushton one? I'll have a look when I come off here, because I don't think I've seen that one, but bear with me and I'll look when I come off. Okay, so we've got that. Now you notice that they're all sort of slightly different. I don't really mind about that, because what I'm going to do now, imagine I've got the 4 here, and I'm going to put one in the middle like that. Okay? So again, look, imagine 4 and 1 there. And 4. Okay? So all the way around, about the middle. All right, Vicky, I'll check it out in a bit. There you go. The ones in the office, they come up, see, it's the Sanntangle one. But I'll look on the other when I've finished. Anyway, lots of dots at the minute, but hopefully you're getting the idea of this. I'm looking at the 4 now and putting a dot in the middle there. All right? Lots of dots. And another. But, you know, take your time and you've got it. So I've got 3 rows of dots here. I've got one look above the other, and then I've got those in the middle there. So, all done for now. So we're ready for this then. I'm going to zoom in a little bit, I think, so we can see where we're heading. And again, it doesn't matter which way round you do this. I'm going to sort of look at it, and you see I'm coming this way. So starting off at the top here, I'm going to come around that bubble and go to that one that's in the middle there. Had you see? So from the top, around the bubble and into the middle there. I know, Chris, but we've got this. Okay? So if I look now diagonally, I'm going to put one here as well, that way. You see? So it's sort of at an angle. So then I'm coming to this one. And again, what I'm going to do is I'm going to curve here to here. So you see I've got a bit of a row forming. And then this one, that way. And then this one comes to here. And this one goes that way. And again. This one. And that one. And this one. And that one. And this one. You see, we're going to repeat all the way around, joining those dots together. Just keeping it going, following that route. Around and around. Around and around. Oh, Yvonne, we're not calling it the G word. It's just a few dots that we're joining together. But I suppose you can say it is actually a bit of a grid, but not as you might know it. Maureen, I don't think it'll keep you quiet for 1 minute, and I think you'll be fine with it. I've gone around, I'm doing exactly the same thing all the way around, joining these lines together. There you go. So we've got that all the way around, okay? So the next bit is, it doesn't matter where you even start with this, but let's have a look at the outer shape, okay? So again, you could go clockwise, anti, it doesn't matter. I tend to go this way so I can see what I'm drawing. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to join the dots again together, but I'm going to come round and create a little bit of a curve like that. All right? Just a little bit of a curve like that. So you're sort of going to have like little It's almost like it's going around this one, look, and then around this one. There we go, joining the dots. Oh, Julie, hello, I've not spoken to you for ages. I feel I need to put a zinger in just for you. Always. I'm going to do that now. I'm going to do it. All right. See? All the way around. All the way around. Just joining one to the other. Just on the outside. Okay. So instead of having that circular line with that pencil, it's now got a little bit of a design around it, a little bit of shape going on, like so. Okay, I'm just going to zoom out. All right, there you are. So we've got that so far. Okay, so let's have a look now at the next one. I'm going to look at the outer dots again, and because they need to be joined to this one here, okay, so at a bit of an angle. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to come outside like that, just like I did with this one, but like that, joining it. And then I'm going to join the next one. And join the next one. And the next one. Rose, sneaky peek. A sneaky peek of what? May I ask? What do you think that I need to show you? We did have a van turn up yesterday. That was really good news. Well, I think we focus on this first. All right. See, working my way around, same line, following it around those bubbles, all the way around, same line. Okay, so we've done them all. Look at that. Okay. Yes, Viv, the machine's working as well. It's printing summer bag panels. There's been a few orders come through, so we're getting those printed. Okay. All right, next one then. So here we go. We've got this one now left. This one left. So let's bring this down this way, like that. And then that. Oh, Maureen, nothing surprises me. Nothing surprises me. So you see? Again, turning it round as I go. Putting this shape in. Rose, I think mine, yeah, I've not increased my prices. I think I did increase them when Royal Mail did, just slightly, but I haven't put them up to the same price as Hobby Maker. No, I know that they do it for all day. See, so all right, we've got that. So one more thing to do then, really, and we've got a choice thing here. We could do that way, but I'm going to change it about a little bit. I'm just going to zoom in. And I'm going to do like a letter S. So I'm going to come around that one and into that one like that. Around and into that one. Voilà. Around and in. Okay. And in. Round and in. I'm going to keep that going all the way around. Doing those letter S's. Just following it one at a time. Just keep turning it, keep moving it. So have we all been using our Tangling in Mind books then this week? I think it's nice to pick that up and actually add some things to it. And it's especially nice to pick it up in the summer and write down all the, the lovely things you're doing and the things that you're working on. But then, of course, when winter comes and you need that little bit of inspiration, it's nice to go back on it and have a look, isn't it? Yeah, look at that. Look at that. Okay, so we've got this little line here, and I wanted to do there is I wanted to put a couple of words on there. you know, but it's entirely up to you. You could have something positive, you could put your name on there, but I'm going to put have an awesome day on it. So, you know, you can write it in any form you want. You could put a stamp on it, but I wanted to have something a bit positive. And again, if you wanted to put this or redraw it and put it in your Tangling in Minds book, then I thought that would be really nice to sort of, you know, remind you. There we go. Got to remember how to spell it while I'm talking. Oh, Maureen, that's a good idea, isn't it? Yeah, finish some projects off. I'd like to start some projects. I'm a bit busy designing a few bits and pieces at the minute, so that gets done. There you go. Let's have some little dots just finishing off. Yeah, look at that. So you could have that wherever. You could have it hanging, whatever you want to do, but you know, anywhere around, really. Well, I'm going to do it like that because I'm going to put a little bit of something in here. But I think before I do that, I'm coming in carefully with a rubber because I don't need all those pencil lines anymore. So let's get rid of them now so we can sort of be working with what we've got there. Makes a difference. I'm going to sort of avoid the lettering if I can because I want to make sure that that's dry before I finish that off there. Okay, we can come back to that later. Let's see. Okay, all right. So let's have a look down this bottom edge now. So you might have it this way and you might want to draw here, but I'm sort of going to come at this sort of direction. Let's go in a little bit more. And what I want to do is I'm going to come around that bubble, like so. And I'm going to bring in another line, see, just kind of close to it, like that. And then I'm going to put a little oval shape over the top, like so. And I'm going to fill in that one and that one. And then let's go round and create another oval, kind of close if you can, like so. And then let's give it a bit of a hat, but I'm going to make it a little bit wider. See, a little bit taller there. Oh, Sue, I know, why don't you think Christmas cards do one a week? How many weeks is it till Christmas? You'd get a few done if you just said, right, I'm going to do one a week. So maybe set a Sunday afternoon aside and do one, and then you've got some started. There you go. Look at that. Okay, let's put some little window shapes in there. They're not really windows, but you know, you get the idea. Like little oval or arches as we work our way up. Get one in the top there. Look at that. All right. And we're going to put another one in. Let's go sort of here and underneath, like that. And down. I think 12 years is quite a while to be on a project, Rose. But you've got sewing on the go now, so you know, you're going to be on with that. All right, back around, see? Like that. Oh, Vicky, I know, but, you know, when you're in the craft world, I had to do Christmas, but I've only done one one day of Christmas. I think that was probably enough. Got plenty to get on with. All right, let's put those little shapes in again. Two in if you can, one if you can't. Okay, I'm going to bring another one down here kind of thing. These are really nice shapes to draw. They look really effective, don't they? Especially when you do the little bits of black there. You see, you could leave it like that and have one coming out elsewhere. And around we go. Let's see. I'm just going to turn it round because I want to put these shapes in. I want to be comfortable as I'm doing it. I want to try and make it awkward. Okay, let's put that in there. Get rid of that. And in we go. Okay. It's a bit of a mouthful though to call them that, isn't it? But I know what you mean. You are. One in there. Let's have a little look at where we're at. So now again, in the spirits of we've worked on sort of mindful bits this week, haven't we? I think there's somebody out there that you think needs a little bit of a pep up, or you know, just something to say. I hope you're all right, everybody. Then I think this is a nice little topper that you could use for a card, isn't it? Yeah, I'll do another one. All right. So more of these little shapes. And I think one more going to come sort of up the centre there. And into that one. Well, before I get carried away with that, let's get rid of that line around my words now. Let's move that out of the way. And around we go to that one. And in and along, just sort of working it. There you go. Right. Little lines in there. Okay. Does need a little bit of, let's put some of those little bobbles in. See, I'm going to fill those with ink. And yeah. Okay. Oh, Vicky, you know, I don't think you are. I think, you know, Christmas is different for everybody, isn't it? And sometimes I think we're expected to just sort of get into the swing of it, and we don't always sort of want to be. We're not in that kind of mood. Right, I've put a little dot on. This is especially for Julie. Here we go. And I'm going to come around, but not all the way. See. Let's put a few of those. See how it gets smaller and smaller. Put one sort of hiding behind there. It's going to bring one sort of up here as well. You can never just do one. You really can't. I think just perhaps one more sort of here. There you go. All right. Let's have a look. Okay. All right. So I'm going to bring in a bit of pencil. Now, I know I've just rubbed out all those pencil lines, but I want to be in control of where I'm putting my pencil for my shading. So I'm going to bring a bit of colour in, of course, but I think for now I'm going to sort of stick with this. And let's get some interest in here. Now, you could actually put different patterns in these if you wanted to go a little bit further. But for the purposes of today's tile, I'm going to come in and use my pencil in this section. You see? Either side. And I'm going to do that with all of them. So this, you know, don't rush it. Don't think I've got to get loads of graphite on there. Take your time and enjoy this bit. Okay, remember I sort of work into a bit of a time limit. I mean, I think on Facebook you can have about 8 hours and then they cut you off. But we haven't got 8 hours. All right. But, you know, just enjoy it and say if you want to add little patterns within these or turn them into like little ribbons and things like that, you can do it. You can, whatever you want to do with it, just to sort of change it up. But see how it looks with a bit of shading on it. See, here we go with that. So I'm systematically working my way around in the hope that I'm not going to forget one, because normally I do. But there you are. We can always remember you can come in and add more to it if you need to later. Because, you know, it's easy to start off and get something in and then add to it if you need to. And of course you can rub it away you wanted to. Let's see how it looks. Okay. Okay, just keeping it going. Just just make sure that you are getting into the edges there. It doesn't have to be particularly neat. As we know, the Tortillon's going to do the work for us in getting this looking a little bit better than it does now. It's kind of got a bit of a scribble over the top of it. Okay. I think I'm going to have my white chalk pencil handy as well. I'm going to put my white chalk on before I blend this in, because as we know, the chalk's great, but it doesn't always like to sit over the top of the regular pencil. So I'm going to put some in those sections there, like that. You see, I'm sort of working my way around the main shapes, that middle area there. Okay. All right. Gives it quite a different look already, doesn't it? And let's have a look. See, this one, it's just going to have like a little bit of a line in there. Not as much. Okay. Let's turn it round so I get a similar size kind of line in each one. On this one, I just a little and even smaller, because there's not much there, honestly. So we don't want to overdo it there. But again, if you want to colour these in, you can add a couple of colours in there, that's fine. There you go. All right, Tortillon, let's bring that in. And if I just sort of zoom in a little bit, okay. I'm going to come on in and soften that up. See, all the way up to that line. So again, sort of systematically work my way around them. And I'm going to pull the graphite up and towards that line. I'm not really touching that much, see? I can always come in with a cleaner Tortillon in a little bit and sort that white out, but at least I know it's in place, it's there, and I'm not going to completely cover the white space or the actual full shape. Okay, so you see, just softening it off, working it round. Okay, I'm just wondering if I've got a clean Tortillon. Actually, I do have one. That's nice. I'll be able to use a new Tortillon for the white. Okay. So, working it round. Little bits. And it doesn't take long, does it, to do this? Let's sort of come back out again so you can see what I'm doing. Oh, my zoom doesn't want to work. There you go. All right, get the hang of it. Oh, see, look, I missed the line there. Looks like I missed it. I didn't, there's a bit there, but I don't think it was quite enough to get going with. All right. So this is going well. No, I know, Leslie, I don't. Sarah's busy, you know, visiting herself in the other room, packing orders and things, and John's upstairs doing what he does. And Tommy's having the day off. He's had the day off today. Dobby's not in, he's working from home. So I'm not going to get a cup of tea there. That's okay, Leslie. You've been in this morning and I've had 2 cups of tea, so I've got my quota up. All right. So where the white is, ever so gently with a new Tortillon, look how far away I'm holding it. I'm going to touch it ever so gently. Just to sort of pull it in line. It's not going to blend much. I don't really want it to blend. It's almost like I'm just sort of softening it down a bit. I'm not trying to mix it in with that grey because we want to keep it white. But you can see it's sort of getting in bits. Okay. See, it was quite a bit there, but that's okay. I don't want to overdo it. Little bits. You see, it just sort of flattens it down a little bit. It just makes it smoother rather than you having a little bit of a patch going on in there. Okay. All right. So I'm going to stick with my white for a moment. And I'm not going to do any around this bit here, but around this edge, I'm going to bring a little bit in. Sort of wandering around underneath there. So sort of where the words are. Okay. Into those bits there. Yeah, so again, not really been dead neat, but I've got some in there. Now, notice, look, a clean tortillon for the white, black for the graphite. I'm going to go with the clean tortillon, and I'm going to work around in swirls just to soften it off. If it goes over that letter, those letters, it's fine. We just want to ease it out. So into the shapes there, and then ease it out into the piece, you see? Like that. So see, work our way around, following it along. Okay. And in to those little curves there, and around and along. Okay. There we go. So let's just soften that up a bit. I'm going to bring a bit of pencil in, a regular pencil on this side, only though where I've got those little sort of stems going on. So again, graphite one, they always end up as graphite ones, I always end up picking the wrong one up, but let's try and keep it like that for now and soften them off along there. Okay. So next little bit, I'm going to bring in a coloured pencil. I'm going to use, oh, let's have a look. I'm going to use my darker ones. Let's have a look. I've got my Dobby grey. Okay. And along this edge, let's go in a little bit. Along this edge, I want to bring in, oh, sorry, a little bit of a sort of bit more of the darker grey there. You could use your black pencil as well. There you go. Oh, see, I know, I think it's one of those that looks amazing. You're like, how on earth does that happen? But now you know, now you've got the gist of it, you can work this. I'm using my darker coloured pencils because they arrived yesterday. So they'll be on the show on Tuesday. So you see I've actually gone in darker around those there. And I could come in and add a little bit around there as well. So I'm not adding it to all of them. See just this bit here and this bit. Look, you can see the difference there on those. Okay. So I'm going to bring a bit of, decisions to make. Let's have a look. A bit of pink purple in. And I'm going to, again, I'll just zoom in a bit. I know, Janet, right? I know. Let's have just a little bit, sort of on the corners, you see? Just a little bit. There we go. So I'm not colouring the whole thing in. I'm sort of putting like, I don't know, a little kind of a U shape in. Oh, thank you, Charlotte. I can see you doing this, and all these little dots are going to have glossy accents on. I could see that with you. Okay. So a little bit of colour on. And of course, you could do these all different colours if you want to. You don't have to be all the same. But your choice. And of course, it depends on what colour tile you've picked as well. You know, these colours work great on white paper and cream, but they do make a difference when you bring it out onto a darker colour. Okay. All right, there we go. So we need a little bit of colour in here. And I think I'm going to go with the greens. So here we go, I've got a bit of green tea. And I'm going to add just a touch, just on one side. On one side. Okay. Doesn't matter which, you can swap and change as well if you want to. And let's go with that one. And that one. Okay. So that's sort of it round. Look at that. Bring in one of the darker greens. Let's have a look. So I've picked some of the colours, not all. Let's have a look. Okay. Oh, maybe, actually, a bit of purple jewel in there, just to darken that up a bit. Just on the edges. There you are. Well, please feel free to use whatever colour you like. You don't have to follow me. But I know sometimes it's nice for you to sort of see how it works together. Bit of that in. And let's bring a little bit of foundation in for those stems. So I'm only going to part way. I'm not going all the way down because we don't want them all to get sort of caught at the bottom there. There you go. All right. I'm going to come back in with that green, I think. Or shall I use... Oh, so many choices. Bit of cosmos. And just bring that green over a little bit more because I've gone over it with that purple. I don't want it to sort of lose that brightness in there. There it is. There it is. Yeah. A bit more there, look. Okay. Look at that. All right, I think just a little bit more, and I'm going to come in with the grey again. I've just got to find it. 1 second. Here it is. You see where you've got these lines here? I'm going to pick on this shape. I'm not going to do sort of, I'm going to come in with this one and put a little bit. See round those? On that area there. So all the way round the middle. A little bit more shade so it looks more like it's going underneath, you see. And, you can do this, you can use your pen if you want to, you can go in with a thicker pen or just reinforce those lines, but I'm going to come in with this pencil. It does, doesn't it? Look at that. I think sometimes it's knowing, isn't it, which to do. And of course, because we've put white on in some places, it's gone over that black line. So it's about reinforcing. See, I'm not really going around all the bubbles, it's just around those edges. There you go. So I've gone around there. Now, if you wanted to bring a bit of black in, here we go. You see where I've put the pencil here? Bring it in there. Rather than doing the whole thing, sometimes it's nice to add a touch of just a little bit. Okay, so sort of a little bit around where we've got this white going in as well. See, following it, just giving it a little bit of shape there. Okay. All right. Yeah, let's have a little look at that. There you go. So see, look, it has really brought out a bit of a line there. It's made the difference, hasn't it? Look, it looks like it's going under now. But of course you could come in with black pencil there or say a pen. But I'm going to leave it with that one. I'll put my initials there. So yes, I will have the darker or the black edition pencils on Tuesday, which is great news. And I've got a couple of different bits and pieces as well, so I can do a quick, I'll show you. I've got a couple of pictures here. This is one that I did with one of the new stencils. Look at that. Yeah, wonder where that's coming from and what's happening. I can show you a couple of others with that one. Here we go. Look at this one. Birthday. Yeah. And I've got a new sort of set of stencils coming. They're I'm still sort of finishing the final colouring bits, but here's sort of a little bit of one. So there's a couple of bits and pieces on there. Here we go. Here's a bit of another one. It's not quite got any colour on yet, but look, there you go. Look at that. So yeah, a few bits and pieces. Having said that, Tuesday, of course, because I'm on Hobby Maker, I'm not sure I'm going to get my tile done. So we're going to move the tile for next Tuesday to Wednesday instead. So same time just means that it's going to be a different day, that's all. I can't always guarantee getting it done at Hobby Maker, so let's just move it. And of course, over the weekend, I'm going to be having a look at Locket Lane. Now, I know we've done this a little bit before, and I know a friend of mine has actually done a bit of Locket Lane. So I'm going to focus. I'm going to show you how to do the mansion, because I think we've always done the toadstools or the mushrooms, and we've done the pumpkin house. But I'll show you how to actually do the mansion in there. So that's possibly going to be tomorrow. Not sure what time. It's whenever I can sort of get on there and get it done. But I will catch you up at the weekend at some point. If not, see you Tuesday. If I don't see you Tuesday, it's going to be Wednesday for our next tile. So, yeah, sorry, Debbie. I have to tease you a little bit, but you've asked for a sneak peek, and was without sort of showing you everything. I can't show you anymore. It's, you know, spoil the surprise. But yeah, have a lovely weekend, everybody. Enjoy this one. Have fun, and I will see you soon. Okay, take care. Bye.